How's it going, guys? That's Brad over there. This is his channel, and we're going to be doing a review for Wrestlemania 36. We're rolling out all the Divas matches because, well, we didn't watch them. We just kept changing the channel because it's like, we don't have anything against the chick wrestlers, but moving on. What match do you want to talk about first? The Otis versus...
So that's how he wants to approach the matches. I'm going to say straight up, there's not really a single match I was satisfied with. Not a single one. But
yeah, the Otis. I just want to make comments on each individual match, though.
I mean, I'm not really aware of all of the matches that took place. There were a lot of wrestlers I was not familiar with appearing on screen, but I don't regularly watch as much as I used to.
Yeah, we're Attitude Era junkies, and coming into this WrestleMania, this is the first one we've ever seen live, assuming it wasn't taped. But anyway, Otis versus Dolph, down to the brass fucking tacks. It was underwhelming. I'm not going to get into the performance of the match so much because it was just really bad. I will say this, I couldn't get behind Otis. That I mean, I don't have anything against fat people. I think that it's about, trying to get behind somebody that's, fat and ugly, according to WWE. Like, they just wanted to find somebody that looked the worst and then give it to Mandy Rose, But, like, that stuff creeped me out. He had, like, this really rapey vibe with her when he caught her to, show the storyline, like, the ogre saving the beautiful woman, and then he's doing that thing with his tongue, and it's like, no. And then he's looking at her like, I'm gonna eat you up like a candy bar. Like, I couldn't feel it. Couldn't do it. It just wasn't genuine. It was rapey.
I'm going to classify this match the same as I'm going to classify the Bobby Lashley versus Aleister Black match, and that's, it felt really out of place. And I'm sure that there was probably a rivalry buildup between Lashley and Aleister Black leading up to this year's Mania. But here's the thing, is that the love triangle is still kind of playing into how these matches are being performed. And it's the same thing with Ziggler. Like, he's getting paired, like, he's getting stuck with all these really weird storylines. Fans are trying to let him know that they're trying to let Vince McMahon know that they're not okay with all of these stupid love triangles and relationships which Dolph Ziggler seems to have a lot of in his career.
Well, yeah, he's the playboy.
Well, that's just it. We're not focused on what Dolph really has to offer,
which is a talented
absurd in-ring skill.
He's a talented man.
We're not focused on this. We're putting him into these stupid love triangles that no one wants to see.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Like, I can't even focus on the match because the story is so absurd. So, I don't know, man.
They just keep putting him in there as the lover boy that is a bad guy, and it keeps recycling. It's like,
been done to death.
Dolph Ziggler needs to go to AEW, hands down. He would be appreciated there. He would get his own individual storyline. He'd be getting a good build-up, a good match, several good matches. He'd be getting the title. Like, he deserves that. But anyway, have anything else on that?
No, you summed that part up really well. But yeah, I premise again, I really couldn't focus on the match because I was just so distracted by the stupid story. Everybody knows that it's bad. It's just not working. It hits me like Katie, Vic, Kane, and Triple H, for those of you who were Attitude Era fans. That was borderline Attitude Era, but this is how bad it got. Triple H, fake RH.
Oh, wait, Katie, Vic, Kane. What, wasn't that when Triple H was bringing up that Kane murdered her or something?
By accident.
His old girlfriend?
By accident.
That was that story. Yeah.
Unintended homicide.
That was when the storylines were edgy.
The low blow of the story was Triple H dressed up as Kane inside of Katie Vic's coffin, doing things to her that I will not explain. It was that bad. But that's what this reminds me of, and it was horrible. Just nothing to go on. It wasn't a wrestling match.
At the very least, they took chances, and it was edgy content. I give them that, but like, it's still like, it was when kayfabe was still alive.
Between Aleister Black versus Lashley and then Otis versus Dolph Ziggler, it was the most wrestling aside from the ladder match that went on the whole night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Divas also wrestled. I think they probably did a good idea. They probably did a good job, but we didn't really watch much of that match.
All right, so Lashley versus Aleister Black. I personally think that they were beating around the bush. They weren't getting to, down to the hard-hitting moves fast enough. There's a whole lot of leaning and,
again,
looking at Lana from the outside of the ring,
Well, yeah, the whole try. I mean, like don't get me wrong, Rusev was not present, but that doesn't matter. The point is that we're all focused on the fact that Lashley and Lana cheated on him with Lashley. Cheated on Rusev with Lashley, and we're so distracted by this, and he can't even go about himself in the ring anymore the way he usually does. He has to listen to Lana say what he needs to do.
Yep,
which cost him the match.
She makes the complaint. She makes the commands, and then he follows them. Boring as hell.
He got kicked in the face, and he was out. That was it.
That was it. That's all they use him for.
I mean, it was a fairly competitive match. I think Aleister Black has potential. He takes his role very seriously. I have kudos to him. Lashley, again, he needs to be taken out of this love triangle trash, and he needs to be utilized for the talent that he is. Everybody has wanted to see Lesnar versus Lashley since he came back. That's all we want. I think that's all they want, too.
What was the next match after that, the most interesting? Oh, yeah, Edge versus Orton. Boring as hell. Just going to say boring as hell. There was a few high spots in that which were a little interesting, but there was too much boring in between each one. It'd be like, oh, hey, there we go. There was a high spot there. And then it's like, oh, 20 minutes has gone by. Hey, there's something more interesting going on there. And it's like...
That match was probably pushing 25, 28 minutes.
Yeah, we endured the entire thing.
It was 80% head bashing into the walls, man.
Yeah, head bashing. Like
they towards the end, we made the joke that they looked like two older men trying to reminisce in their glory days.
Which, painful.
I honestly think that we were on par with that assessment because it was hard to watch. It was so bad.
Badly acted, by the way, too. Like, Edge tried to make it look like at the very end of the match that what he was, trying to do was, the worst thing in the world that you can do to somebody, and it's like, stop. Just, who cares? Nobody cares. Like, stop acting like you're dealing with horrible emotions.
Well, yeah, and then it's like, you made that assessment about Edge, what the hell was it? He was, he just looked like he was having a hard time Oh yeah, that was what you said. You said that this was actually appropriate for Edge because basically he was avoiding taking bumps in the actual ring.
Right, exactly, because of his neck surgery thing. I was like, how the hell is he gonna do WrestleMania if he can't take bumps? There it is. They took it outside of the ring so he didn't have to take bumps. Like, it's okay. So he was able to slam Orton against the wall, but he couldn't take too many thrashings. Like, you could tell he couldn't. Like, he was holding his neck and everything. Like,
everybody has been aware that the last few weeks leading up to WrestleMania, WWE has been uploading lots of matches, HD quality, and, everyone's just like, what the hell is going on? Is this because of the quarantine? What is up with this?
I think it's the quarantine.
But WWE has been uploading all of these matches, and I think it's just to make up for the fact that, the audience not being present in all of these arenas is really kind of killing the show.
Yeah, and, okay, so, is that all you had to say about that?
There was something else about Edge.
Edge.
But, that's what it was. So, watching these... So when these matches were originally uploaded way back when, 2005, 2006, to YouTube, they weren't cut. But if you watch them now, guys, go back and watch them. If you watch these matches now, they are cutting out ring bell shots. They are cutting out drop kicks to weapons. It's all cut out. It's all cut out because it's violent. So, nice try. Nice try, Orton holding a weight plate while Edge kicks it in his face. Nice try trying to make that look like a 45-pound plate. That is a CrossFit, probably 10-pound plate, or what this man said, probably a fake foam plate. So, nice try.
Yeah, nice tries are worthless, aren't they?
It was bad. It was bad.
All right, moving on to Bray Wyatt versus Cena.
Oh God,
we have no idea what
did we see.
We had no idea what was going on, man. What the fuck was going on?
What the fuck was that? What was it?
Don't know.
I don't care for swearing on my channel, but what the fuck was that?
It was incoherent. There's no consistency. There's just a whole lot of drug-inducing, nauseating imagery.
Well, Titus O'Neil said it appropriately, and he hasn't had relevance on TV in Lord knows how long, but Titus said it all. What did I just see? What did we just see? We watched the whole thing. We don't know what we saw.
So, okay, let's start this off real quick. I don't know how long we have to record. Anyway, let's try to get this done as fast as possible. In the beginning, John Cena, his music comes on, and then he comes out of the ring, and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, he's all like, welcome, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, it gets distorted and torn apart after showing little clips of previous WrestleManias and Vince McMahon's in WrestleMania 3. Well, from there, you saw John Cena just appear in the Firefly Funhouse. Yeah. And Bray Wyatt had already left and said, he's never fought anybody like me, I'm just about to show him what the hell's up. And so John Cena, gets told by the puppets that, Bray Wyatt went out the back door. I believe that's where he went. And so, so John Cena's like, okay, I'm going to go find him and kick his ass. Boom. He slams the door behind him. It's all pitch dark, and you figure, hey, the Fiend's going to show up. It wasn't the Fiend. It was a puppet of Vince McMahon talking to him the way he was talked to just before he even got televised. And that got really annoying really fast. And then he split from that scene, and then all of a sudden he went through all of the things in the beginning of his career, to changing outfits and all that stuff. Instantly, he went from John Cena is now to prototype John Cena, ruthless aggression, Kurt Angle days.
Yeah, that really pissed me off.
And then from there to Word Life John Cena, where the giant SmackDown fist was behind him on the scene, and then
it was in the prior scene too. You were just in the kitchen.
Oh, okay. Well, as he said, and it basically just went through every phase in his life, in which order. So eventually they ended up in the ring after, so much footage was played about Bray fucking Wyatt and his stupid bullshit, it's like, I don't care.
I'm not going to lie. I've said everything I can about the match without getting too worked up and angry to call that, worthy of my time. I mean, I get it. Subscribe to the network, you get the show for free. For free was asking too much. I can't get that time back. Right. I don't know what I saw. I watched the whole thing. I don't know what I saw. That's it. I'm done with that match.
All right, so Brock Lesnar versus
the most highly anticipated match of the year. Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar. Drew McIntyre finally deserves it, and then squash.
We're not going to tell you everything about the match because we don't want to spoil it for you. But
it wasn't like when he squashed Kofi. I mean, people thought that was realistic. I thought it was hilarious. People thought that was realistic. But this...
basically, they did go back and forth. We will tell you that much. He said squash, but we're not going to say who did what. All I'm saying is that I would not have paid any money towards any of that. Like, it was just drawn out or too fast. And there was no pacing. There was no storytelling. There was nothing like that. The Otis versus Dolph Ziggler, that was the closest to a story that we had. But it was disgusting, by the way. I'm not going to say why. You probably already know. But it was just a flat-out terrible thing. Why would they say that pirates are all of a sudden a thing for, a theme for WrestleMania? It's like, there's nothing in the storylines building up to, we're going to, make it a pirate thing.
Yeah, by the way, that whole pirate theme, once that started playing after the kickoff show, we were watching it, and we just couldn't stop getting angry about it, and I'm thinking, where did the pirate theme ever come from? This is the first time hearing about it, and don't get me wrong, I've told you guys, I live under a rock. I don't really pay attention to these details. Maybe I missed them somewhere leading up to this, but when did it become pirate themed? And by the way, that arena was so lazy set up. That did not look like a WrestleMania to me, man. Audience or not, because of what's going on, you all know what's going on. Audience or not, this was lazy. The design was absolutely lazy, and it was a friggin' insult to WrestleMania.
Yeah, you could have at least put some party favors on the walls or something like that.
Balloons?
Balloons? That works. You don't have to do that multi-million-dollar Titantron. You
pay someone to dress up like Doink. Some kind of effort.
It was just a bland. It didn't even look like a place that you could sleep in. That's how just terrible it was.
I do have one celebratory thing for this whole thing, however, and that is we have a new Universal Champion, Mr. Braun Strowman. Long overdue.
Yeah, I never saw that match, but I thought we weren't doing spoilers. Wait, we
Dude,
won't.
we've already said that.
Oh.
Yeah, we spoiled quite a few matches.
No, we never said who won though in any of them.
I was pretty sure we did.
You said squashed, and we didn't say who squashed who.
Well, no, but before that even, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think we did.
I was positive we did.
We didn't say who won on anything.
I was pretty sure we did.
Oh yeah, Undertaker. Like I love that Boneyard match, but we're going backwards now. But
that's your fault.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything else to say, honestly. Like,
Okay, so
because
since he's on
that's
it,
going on 20 minutes.
Since he's on it, Bray Wyatt. Sorry, not Bray Wyatt. What the hell am I saying? Sorry, AJ Styles versus Undertaker. There's no solid proof, but from what I'm seeing, that was my man, the American Badass, finally back. What it looked like, and by the way, I'm just gonna say a lot of people were complimenting this match. A lot of people thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I'm not going to 100% disagree with that. I'd probably say 10% disagree, because I thought the whole setting was cool. I thought it was, that's definitely what Undertaker does. My only problem was the stupid sound effects.
Yeah, like the American Badass, like when he was the American Badass, he ditched all of the effects. He was just the real man going after the real man. It's like, that was great. But now he's the American Badass that could just like get fire to appear out of nowhere. It's like, come on, like, we want the real man.
I'm not gonna lie, if you hadn't brought that up just now, I would have forgotten to mention it. Yeah, the pyro kind of pissed me off, because that's 100% dead man. But here's the other thing. The sound effects of when AJ had Undertaker knocked down and we thought he was getting ready to, end Undertaker, sad music was playing, like a violin, like he was being put out of his misery. What the fuck is that? What is that?
It's ridiculous. Like, dude,
I don't recall a match like this ever having sound effects like that.
Dude, all Undertaker did was get knocked down, and then the violin started playing. It's like,
it was more like a really lengthy trailer, if you ask me.
Yeah, it felt like a movie, like a movie production.
But I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't 100% entertaining, but I will, via personal opinion, I will have plenty of people disagree with me, and that's fine. But I believe 100%, and this is the very first WrestleMania I've ever actually personally watched. The day it went down, I thought this WrestleMania was trash.
It was trash. It doesn't deserve a rating. It doesn't deserve the money that people have paid for it.
And speak of the money to pay for it, look, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not loaded, I'm not rich, but I have money. I could have bought this if I wanted to for the maximum quality, surround sound, everything the way I wanted it, skip through all the best parts. I wouldn't have paid a dime for this.
Dude, they're just so incoherent. They don't know how to run the show anymore. Like, anybody that's entertained by this, good for you. You're getting your money's worth by paying for it. But we come from a time when, and they say Attitude Era, blah, 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 it's over, it's dead, it's done. It's like, you're right, it is dead, it's done, because nobody knows how to tell a story anymore.
It is dead and done, because even matches...
That's all we're asking for, is a story.
Even matches from 2015, you can go to Brock Lesnar busting open John Cena at his SummerSlam match. Guess what? It goes black and white. You all know that. Why? Because they're just too chicken shit to let the blood come out. I mean, come on. What are we coming to? This is a business sold on violence.
All right, well, we could talk all day about why WWE